How to Develop a Telemedicine App, a Comprehensive Guide. By Procoders. Brief market overview of telehealth app development. Over the years, there has been a gradual, but consistent shift towards remote service delivery, including telehealth, which has coincided with the rise in the adoption of smartphones. The World Health Organization, for more than a decade ago, has recognized the need for telehealth services across the globe. Why should you build a telemedicine app? Make a telehealth app to adapt to pandemic lifestyle. In various significant ways, the COVID-19 pandemic has altered our work and lifestyle. Expert predictions show that pandemic trends such as remote working are not likely to go away even when the pandemic is over. With more people turning towards remote experiences, building a telehealth app puts one in pole position to solve healthcare problems for the future human society. Make a telehealth app to contribute to transforming global healthcare. The Sustainable Development Goal 3 focuses on good health and well-being, particularly by achieving universal health coverage. The fastest way to achieve this is by providing telehealth services, such as when a visionary founder tries to build a telemedicine app, particularly for people in remote and rural areas who may lack access to amenities. Make a telehealth app to help people save costs on healthcare. Telemedicine app development is cheaper than building a full-fledged hospital. So, if your goal is to provide better healthcare for more people, the most affordable route is to discover how to build telemedicine apps. Examples of a telemedicine app: Drugs.com, MDLIVE, Teladoc, Ada, Lemonaid, K-Health, Ovia Health, Medscape, WebMD, Doctor on Demand. Top 7 benefits of building a telehealth app. No need to take time off work or important activities. Create a telemedicine app to provide care for dependents, to expand access to specialists, for preventive health and better well-being, expanded access to healthcare, for improved patient education, to improve clinical workflow. Must-have features of telemedicine app development: medical history management, secure authentication and encryption, appointment booking and reminders, prescription management, video and audio communication, search, payment feature, analytics. The architecture of telehealth app development: back-end, front-end, mobile development, notifications, payments, database. Cloud functionality. Amazon Web Services, by far the market leader in cloud technology solutions, providing services across cloud storage, server hosting, networking, cloud computing, and so on. Google Cloud, one of the most viable alternatives to AWS is Google Cloud. How to make money from telemedicine app development. The two most common monetization methods for paid apps in general are freemium, free to download but in-app purchases required, and premium, payment required for download. 5 steps of the telemedicine app development. Discovery. The discovery stage consists of the research and ideation process. The purpose of this phase is to determine the objectives of your app and clarify the requirements for the project. As such, a key aspect of the discovery stage is market research. Hiring telemedicine app developers. Now that you are clear about what you want in the process of how to make a telemedicine app, then the next step is to hire professionals, especially if you don't yet have an in-house team. Of course, you need telemedicine app developers. Development of a minimum viable product. Now that there is a team and the telemedicine app developers have a clear set of goals to take off, the next step is to develop a telehealth application as a minimum viable product. That's the first iteration of what the app is expected to look and function like. Full stack development. This is the actual development stage, and the most stressful phase of how to make a telemedicine app. It is important to adopt modern ways to develop a telehealth application such as agile management and test-driven development. Testing, optimization, deployment, maintenance. These are really 4 different stages of building a telehealth app lumped into one, because once you can get the main development process out of the way, all you have to do is to keep testing and optimizing the app until it is ready to be shipped, and afterwards keeping up with regular updates and maintenance. How much does telehealth app development cost? Costs to develop a telehealth application can be as high as $250,000 if you are building a feature-rich app, or as low as $80,000 for a simple application. However, you can have an MVP ready for as little as $25,000. Our experience in telehealth app development. At ProCoders, we have good experience in how to make a telemedicine app using smart methods, tools, and technologies. One good example of ProCoders trying to develop a telehealth application is the building of the app, DRYFT. DRYFT is a mobile fitness app that allows users to participate in gym sessions at different locations every day. Conclusion. So far, we have examined various key aspects of telehealth app development. Healthcare is a key area of global concern and humanity needs every help it can get. Therefore, investing in telehealth app development is not likely to go to waste. Subscribe our channel and read more about how to develop a telemedicine app, a comprehensive guide at ProCoders blog.